Hey everybody, welcome to the Damsels in Debate podcast. I'm your host, Tina.
I'm your co-host, Vanessa.
Yay! Back in the swing of things again. I would like to apologize up front if my sound a little crackly. I'm just getting over a cold. So, sorry up front. And also, I would like to tell everybody that we are going to have spoilers for the movies we talk about. We will list the movies in our little... what do you call them? Summaries, I guess you could call them.
Synopsis.
Yeah. We'll list all the movies that we cover, but we will talk about them in depth. So there will be spoilers.
You have been forewarned.
Yes, exactly. So moving on. Trying to think if there's anything big that happened this week. Not really. It's been a pretty normal week, right? Glad tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well. Okay. So the big thing that we want to talk about. What trailer debuted this week?
The Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure I said that right. Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of a Galaxy? Yeah.
That's part of Marvel's, is it phase 2 or phase, I don't know. I don't know exactly. Sorry.
You're asking the wrong person here.
Sorry, everybody. We don't know. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy trailer finally premiered. We've been hearing about this movie for a while, but it's been kept pretty well under wraps. So they finally debuted the trailer. And I did watch it, and I feel pretty okay about watching it. I saw that it was long. It was like 2.5 minutes or something. But I don't think it gave too much of the real storyline away. It really was just an introductory trailer, because most people, like you and me, people that don't read the comics and all that stuff, I have no idea who these characters are. When I first heard about it, I'm like, wait, are they aliens? Like, I just wasn't understanding it at all. So... that's what this trailer was. So, like, the next trailer, I'm not going to watch that or anything. But I feel okay about watching this one.
Well, good for you. Good pat on the back for you, Tina.
Yep. So, what did you think of this trailer? Okay, so wait, hold on. First off, when you heard about it, like, you don't really know anything about it. What were you expecting? Like, what were your initial thoughts?
When I heard the title, I was expecting some type of sci-fi movie, And
now, did you know it was, like, in the same universe, the Marvel universe?
No.
Okay.
So what, they could run into like Thor and Loki or something?
I guess so.
Okay.
Because, well, all right. Anyway, just I don't want to jump ahead of myself here.
So maybe something that's happening in this movie is happening in another galaxy versus what's, the Avengers is happening.
That's what I'm thinking. Because like at the end of Thor, The Dark World, they had the collector guy, and he was in the trailer. Benicio del Toro was in the trailer for this movie.
Right.
Real quick, but he was in there. So that character, again, I don't really know. I really don't know a lot of this at all. So I'm just going by what stuff people tell me and stuff. And I don't want to read too much into it. They got me interested. I'm going to see it on August 1st. So I don't care that I don't know stuff. But anyway.
But yeah, I remember seeing they had a little teaser trailer that they first came out with, and I thought it looked more like a serious, like, kick-ass movie, like a hero movie. And I was like, well, that looks pretty cool, And then this one came out, and it was more, like you said, it was introducing the characters, but it was introducing the main guy. He's like, kind of a jokester, like he's kind of a smart ass, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I like you said, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah,
so
really going in blind here.
I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, they have so-and-so and they have so-and-so. I'm like, I don't know who these people are.
Okay, it's a raccoon, yeah.
But from the action stuff in the trailer that I saw, I'm like, well, it looks like it'll be an enjoyable movie.
Yeah,
and if it's related, like I said, if it's in the same universe as Marvel and everything, they're like, well, then I don't want to miss anything.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm down.
I was kind of I was interested when I heard about it, and like I like Chris Pratt. I think he's very funny on Parks and Recreation, so I was like, oh, that's cool. He's going to be in a movie, and then it's I really find the whole thing that Marvel's doing with all these movies, even if one or two of the movies aren't very enjoyable, I still think that it's very ambitious, and I give them a lot of credit for spinning all this stuff together between all of these movies. So I think that's really awesome, Oh, what did you want to say? Something?
I was just thinking, I wanted to say what I was thinking earlier is how, like, years from now, if people are writing like history books, like this is the era of like the superhero popularity, because every movie is coming out, it's about like the superheroes of all the comic books,
right? Which see, in another way, that's what I'm not like tired of superhero movies. But it's something that's a little bit different. So that's another reason why I'm interested in it. But so like I was saying, like in the beginning, I was like, that sounds cool, but I don't I don't really understand it, and I don't know anything about it. So until then, just whatever. And it's funny because my boyfriend's actually really excited about it, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then they had the 15-second teaser trailer come out, and I was like, okay, that I can watch. So I watched that, and I was like, oh, well, yeah. Made me do a double take. So then I was like, oh, forget it. I'm just gonna watch the full trailer. I need to see what's going on here. And yeah, I was like, wow, okay. Now I'm very interested in seeing this movie. I'm definitely, like I said before, they've caught my interest. I'm good to go. I don't need to see anymore. But yeah, it definitely looks more lighthearted. Not that it was going to be like a grim movie or anything. Most of the Marvel movies are pretty lighthearted. But also, again, this was just introducing all these characters, so the next trailer might have more drama in there, because like, who's going to be the villain? Is it going to be that collector guy or what? I don't know anything.
I don't remember them really saying.
Right, which is fine. I don't care. Yeah, so, but yeah, it worked perfectly for somebody like me, somebody who doesn't know anything about the characters. And now this is now moved up in the list of movies I want to see this year. So, yeah, I think it looks really interesting. It looks like it's a lot of fun. And let's see. Yeah, as I was saying, I love Chris Pratt on the show. Zoe Saldana is playing the green lady. I don't know. I don't know any characters' names. Sorry, guys. But yeah, she's playing her. Who she's like a...
She plays Aurora, right? On whatever, on Star Trek?
Ahura, yes.
Ahura, okay.
Yeah, and she's Neytiri on Avatar.
Yes,
also.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like a sci-fi queen now. She's like the present
she was
day
on
one.
Center Stage.
That too. Yeah, she's in a couple teen movies too, but she's definitely climbing up the sci-fi ladder there. So that's cool. I like her, and Bradley Cooper does the voice of the raccoon, which I'm like,
ooh, that little raccoon.
Yeah. But that one part in the trailer, you see him, he's like standing on the tree guy and he's like shooting rockets or lasers or something. I'm like, what the hell is this? Because I got to be honest, I did hear that when they first started talking about this movie. They're like in Rocket Raccoon. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. There's a raccoon in here. I was like, what the hell is this?
It could be like us with we were talking about Transformers, like Dinobites, really?
Yeah,
Rocket
exactly.
Raccoon, really?
Yeah, but in the trailer, I'm like, okay, that looks interesting. Yeah. And then, that tree guy looks really cool. I don't know anything about it. I just know that Vin Diesel does his voice. That's all I know. And then the other guy is like an MMA fighter or something. He's in movies. What's his name? Dave Bautista, I think his name.
Is he a wrestler?
Oh, he's a wrestler? Oh, see, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think that's a WWE wrestler. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's a wrestler then. Yeah. Okay, forget what I said before. And then he's the other character. So, yeah. Really interesting. I think I am really excited about this movie now. It comes out in August, though. That's so far away. That is definitely like the end of the summer.
I still think my most anticipated movie is X-Men. The next X-Men movie, yeah.
Let's see. Because we also have Mockingjay at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously we'll have our awards for that, and then we'll be able to pick out. But like right now, because I know that's coming up in May. Yeah. Probably May. Yeah. Yeah. So like I know it's coming.
I've got Mockingjay, Captain America, X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, Transformers, and what is it? Dawn of the Planet? Is it Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is what the new one's called?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, those are the movies that I'm going opening weekend or whatever. But the Guardians of the Galaxy is now swept up in that list.
It's going to be a great summer.
Yeah. Well, now, next summer though, the Earth is going to break next summer. But this one's good too. Yeah. All right. So moving on from that. Oh, did you have some news for us?
I have a Tom Hiddleston moment of the week. Just in my travels on Google as I was searching. Turns out, not surprisingly at all, he has won LUK's Man of the Year award.
Oh, is LUK magazine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Man of the Year award.
Oh, L.
Yeah,
Okay.
L. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, well, that's no big surprise.
Well,
but apparently he had this video where he was like saying thank you, and he kept like, he put all the outtakes in there, and it got edited. Really, it's just really cute. I was watching.
Okay.
I was like,
you'll have to link it on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen
he's
it.
adorable.
He is. He's very charming. I'll give you that.
He's a gentleman.
yeah, definitely. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
cool. Let's see. Okay, so I actually last night I was able to go see a movie that's coming out, I think March 14th. So it'll be out in 2 weeks or something like that. 2-3 weeks.
So you don't want to talk in depth about it then? Do you don't want to ruin it, or does it matter?
You know what? I'll do that. I'll wait. I do have some notes, but I'll just very briefly go over them just in case. But the movie I saw was Need for Speed. And that's the race car movie with Jesse Pinkman in it. That's how I saw the ads for it, because I didn't actually watch a full trailer for it. And I enjoyed the movie. If you like car chases or you're a fan of Aaron Paul, go see it and you won't be disappointed. It's a little predictable, but it's fine, and the stunts are really good. They don't use any CGI. It's all stunt work and stuff, which is, I think, is very impressive. Yeah. And you can tell in the movie, and it gives a sense of urgency, and you're more like, watching the scenes getting all tense and stuff. So yeah, I would say go check it out. For the reasons I said, it's not the greatest movie ever, but it's fun. I think it's a fun movie.
Plot wise, is it like in the same area as like Gone in 60 Seconds, or is it more Fast and Furious?
It's a revenge. It's driven by revenge mostly, without saying
driven
too much.
by revenge.
By revenge, yeah, exactly. So
wink, wink.
I'll leave more of my I'll go more in depth with my review that week. But yeah. That's my take on Need for Speed. So, anyway, moving on. What did you finally knock off your queue?
I finally watched Goodwill Hunting. Or are you supposed to put the inflections on like Goodwill Hunting? Oh,
I always just say Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell from the title. Like, I thought it was just Goodwill, like peace and goodwill.
Right.
Goodwill.
Yeah, you didn't realize that was his name,
Yeah.
Will Hunting. I did the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
So,
this movie is so old.
1997.
Yeah,
I saw
it.
I was, and like little baby face Matt Damon.
Right? With his killer smile and everything. Oh my God, they're so young and youthful in there. And then, they won the Oscar for this movie. This is the first
best
Oscar.
Screenplay or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think Robin Williams won Best Supporting Actor.
Right, exactly.
Because I looked it up because I was like, man, this movie's awesome.
Okay, so
so I watched the movie with my sister, and we were just both loving it and just watching it, like not distracted or anything. Because sometimes I'll play on my phone and stuff. But no. The only thing I could say is that parts of it were pretty predictable in terms of like, the teacher's going to bail him out. So I was able to guess a lot of stuff, but that really didn't bother me. Just the fact that I just loved Robin Williams. In this movie.
He does a really great job.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see why he won Best Supporting Actor, because he got that emotion across. And then that scene where after he, Matt Damon's character, Will, angered him in their first meeting, and he insulted his wife and stuff. And then he went over and had him walk over with him to the park bench. He's like, and I realized that you can sprout all this knowledge, but you have not experienced it. You have not experienced love. You have not gone to Paris and stuff like that. And you just see the unshed tears in Matt Damon's eyes. I was like, oh man, the story's
got you there, didn't
he? So, actually, Raina said it reminded her of the movie A Beautiful Mind, which I actually haven't seen that movie.
I haven't seen that either.
So she said it kind of reminded her of that. Definitely the scene at the very end when Ron was like, "It's not your fault," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know. Like, it's not your fault." No, yeah, I know. I got it. Yeah. And then he just has a breakdown, and it's just like, "Oh God." But actually, what was funny about that, it didn't really ruin it for me, but it kind of did a little bit, because I listened to another podcast where they have little audio bits, and whenever they make fun of each other crying, they play a little, "I'm so sorry," I realized that's where they got it from.
Oh, okay.
That one
so you're
part.
Able to piece it together.
Yeah,
then.
I was like, oh, that's where they got that clip from. So, but I love this movie. I put down that I just kind of wish that they would have shown the reunion of him and the girl at the end. They just kind of left it of him driving, but and I'm okay with it because you're like, well, obviously she's gonna take him back. She really honestly loved him, so
and he's making this big move. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. But yeah, it kind of would have been nice to see it, but it's okay.
But yeah, I can't believe I never saw this movie, you know.
It's
got around to it.
Oldie but a goodie. Yeah, I saw this in the theater actually. I remember I think I went I did go to the movies to see this, and because they all have the accents in the movie. And I remember thinking, I was like, what the hell does hammered mean? I couldn't figure that out. And because they're saying hammered, but they're saying it with their accent.
The Boston
hammered,
accent.
Yeah. And I couldn't figure it out. And I forget who I asked, and they were like, it's hammered. I feel like such a jackass after that. But then I started laughing because it was just so stupid.
Oh man, that scene in the bar where like Minnie Driver, and he goes over to hit on her. Ben Affleck does, and then like that guy comes in to like embarrass him and stuff,
with
and
the
then
hair.
Matt Damon like shows him, and he's like, you just come in here and you sprout this nonsense and you embarrass my friend, like he's backing up his boy, and then at the very end he sees him through the window. He's like, do you like apples? And the guy's like, yeah, and he's like, well, I got her number. How do you like them apples? And I was like, oh, Bert.
yeah, exactly. That got a lot of claps.
Oh, I laughed. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that was a good line. That's a good one.
There was a lot of funny lines in that movie.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
It was
definitely.
really well written. So that they deserve that award. So
yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. I haven't seen it in a million years, but it was the first movie that I saw Stellan Skarsgård in too.
I didn't know he was in it. I saw him in the credits, and I was like, oh, I love this guy. He's on Thor, and then he's on. Actually, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about how this one movie I saw him in that I just hated. It was like the worst movie ever. He was in it, and Selma? No, not Selma Hayek. Oh, maybe that's her name. I don't know, but it was about where he was a detective and stuff, and this one girl, like, I'll have to look up and post it, but it's just basically like she ends up going crazy, and she kidnaps the one person and their loved one, and she has them facing each other, and she tortures the loved one until she said, well, I'll stop torturing them. You just tell me to kill them, and I'll end their pain. And so the person has to say like, okay,
that definitely
kill
doesn't
them.
sound like a movie.
But, I remember renting with somebody, but he's in it, and he played.
Okay.
And there's a plot twist near the end. I mean, I don't want to if you ever see it, but actually no, because you don't need to see this movie. So he ends up being gay, and then she ends up finding out and kidnaps his gay lover, and but he ends up beating her by because she was torturing him, but he did not tell her to kill his lover, even though but it's really sad because his lover's sitting there like crying, saying like, stop hurting him, so it's just an awful movie. But anyway, Stellan Skarsgård, but the thing is, like, hate that movie, he's acts really well in that movie too.
Okay,
so
yeah.
That's what my tangent was about, that he's a great actor.
Right.
Even though that's an awful movie, but it reminded me of that movie. So like, remember that awful movie he's in? Even though he's good, like, the movie
itself
was awful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like him. I enjoy him a lot. He's pretty good.
Selma Blair, I think, not Selma Hayek.
Oh, okay.
Selma Blair. Yeah, I think that's
they
right.
have the same kind of name.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
There you
dark
go.
hair. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
cool. Well, glad you saw that finally.
Yeah, great movie.
It's a good one. Good.
Goodwill Hunting, great movie. Goodwill Hunting.
Wait, have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
No.
Oh, well, if you ever watch that, they bust onto the set of Goodwill Hunting 2, Hunting Season. Oh my God, it's so stupid and it's so hilarious. But
look it up.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. Anyway, moving on. The movie I actually saw this a while ago, but I wanted to review it because I didn't get a chance, was The Butler. Oh, excuse me, Lee Daniels, The Butler.
Like, get it right, Tina.
I gotta get the full title out there. I can't say I had like high expectations for this movie, but I was pretty interested in seeing it because like the cast there's like a million well-known people in this movie. Oprah Winfrey, Forrest Whitaker, James Marsden, Jane Fonda, what is it, Vanessa Redgrave or Redgrave or Lynn Redgrave? I can't remember. Mariah Carey, David Banner.
Oh wow.
That other guy, I can't remember his name. Terrence Howard, Robin Williams, John Cusack. There's a lot of people in this movie. Exactly. So anyway, I was just interested to see it, and then the storyline sounds, because it's loosely based on the actual guy. Like I forget his real name. Sorry,
the butler.
The butler, but yeah, I forget his real name. Anyway, I expected more from the movie. I expected to get a little bit more. At times it kind of felt like it was like a Lifetime movie. It was choppy with the way they handled time jumps, I thought, because it spans obviously from when he's a little kid all the way up to the Obama administration.
Oh wow.
So it's a lot of time. And it's funny because it had all the makings of a really great movie, but it was just kind of humdrum. I felt that they should have focused, because it's him, and then he has a son or 2 sons. He has 2 sons and then a wife, and then he works at the White House. So it's
Okay.
2 very different things, and it goes back and forth between the 2. But it doesn't focus enough on either, I don't think. So maybe they should have had one more in focus than the other, because the way it is, it's kind of cut in half, and so it's pulling you in between these 2 movies. So it makes you hard. It makes it hard to care. I didn't really care about anybody in this movie.
Oh,
So yeah,
you gotta care about somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, with all these actors and stuff, Forrest Whitaker did a really good job, and the guy who played his grown-up son, David Oyelowo, I've seen him in quite a few things, and I like him. He's a good actor. He's British too, so he's got a cool accent.
British?
But yeah, exactly. But they were both really good. I thought they were the standouts, and it's funny because I heard a lot about Oprah in this movie, and how she was. I don't know. She was the one I kept hearing about, oh my God, Oprah's great, blah, blah, blah. And I gotta disagree. I felt like she was a celebrity doing a movie role. I didn't.
Kind of like when I was talking about Gone in 60 Seconds with, Nicolas Cage is in a movie again.
Right. And then Mariah Carey's part. It's Mariah Carey playing this, no.
You just can't see them as
it's not even that I can't get past it. It's just that they didn't absorb themselves into the role, really. It just, and then she had a little bit of a drinking problem, but it didn't seem like it was anything really all that important. Her character has an affair with Terrence Howard's character, but it never comes up again. It's just I don't know. I didn't think she kind of detracted from it a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the standouts are definitely Forrest Whitaker and David Oyelowo. But yeah, I was expecting to like a little bit more, so I was a little disappointed in it. If you rent it, it's okay to rent. You're not going to hate it. And it's cool to see the different eras and how stuff has changed and all that. So that's all good. But yeah, I just found it to be a little too choppy, and just they could have done a lot with it, So it was there, but they missed their mark, I think. Yeah, so that's my opinion on Lee Daniels, the Butler. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. So that was it for movies, though, this week, right? Yeah.
All I got.
And then, TV shows were still in a hiatus for most things. There was a new Walking Dead episode, but we're not going to talk about that because I'm waiting and I'm going to watch
ruin the
2
fun,
or 3.
Tina.
I'm not ruining the fun. Walking Dead is ruining the fun. I'm sorry, but my time is precious. So when I watch one episode, I'm just whatever about it. It's not working. So I'm going to watch, maybe next week I'll watch both episodes back to back. So in that way I'll actually have a review for you.
Well, I can say this one was better than last week's.
That's good.
I thought. So,
good. Did it make you want to see the next one right away?
Yeah. I mean, it did like what you were saying is how not everyone has met up yet, so they went and they just had Daryl at the beginning, and that he didn't see Daryl at all the rest of the show, because then they went to this other person, then they didn't go back and forth.
Okay, yeah.
They just showed each person's story, and that's it. So I'm like, I hope they really pull this together.
Yeah, exactly.
But the stuff they reveal with each person's story is interesting. So,
alrighty.
we'll see it.
I'll see it for sure. Just later than everybody else.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only TV show really going on right now.
That's all I watch.
Everything's on break.
I didn't get to watch Sons.
Yeah.
I want to. I just it's busy.
Well, it's our jobs. We've had a lot of overtime lately, so that's another reason why we didn't get to as many movies as we normally do and stuff. It's been a little tiring, and we have to sleep, so that does put a kink in the problems. And like, I haven't read. I still am reading Krampus, and that was
still
in
reading
Christmas.
The Wizard's Peak or whatever.
Sword of Truth.
Yeah.
It's really, there's just no time. And reading, you have to like invest, like, I don't know, to me, I have to like put more time and thought into reading because I want to like set aside, and I don't know.
Tell you what, when that next J.R. Ward book comes out, at the beginning of April, like I'll probably read it in the weekend and I'll talk about it. Like, you're gonna have to listen to me talk about it for a good 10 minutes. Like, if it's as good as something, it's gonna be.
I hope it is for your sake.
She's been doing these little tidbits on her Facebook page, like just little quotes from the book. And I'm like, that sounds so good. Yeah, little just lines from the book. I'm like, I want to read it so bad.
But it's in the beginning of April, you said?
Yes. So a month. In like a week or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it'll be here soon. Yeah. But yeah, that's a long time to wait when you really want something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, I think we're pretty well set here.
Yep.
For next week, what did you want to pick?
I will watch Death Becomes Her.
Oh.
Death Becomes Her? Death becomes her. I don't know. It's just like Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah. Goodwill Hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love this movie. It's, oh my
comedy,
God, it's
right?
great. It's definitely a comedy, yeah. And it's stupid, but it's so funny. I can recite. This is me and my best friend's movie. Like, we can recite this entire movie.
Okay. Well, glad to be
funny.
Be able to join in on trying to quote it. So.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'll be interested to see what you think. It's so stupid.
I don't like that at all.
Why?
I don't like any of that. Or
well, it's like a darker comedy. It deals with like death and stuff, but it's still funny.
Laugh at death,
and it's like I said, it's goofy and stuff. But it's got Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, and Bruce Willis.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Isabella Rossellini.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. She's good in this one. So that's a good pick. I'm glad you're watching that. I am going to finally do my review for WALL-E because I saw that and I'd like to talk about it.
I want to watch WALL-E again.
Yeah, exactly. I know why. So I'll do WALL-E and then I'll also do Riddick for next week.
Riddick.
Yeah, the third in the Richard B. Riddick series. See how that goes.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything then, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. If you guys want to send us any email or feedback or blah, 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 you can email us at damselsindebate@gmail.com. You can also go and leave us feedback on our website where you can stream our episodes, damselsindebate.com. You can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. And you can also go on to iTunes and Stitcher where you can subscribe to us and rate and review us. We love all that stuff. So yeah,
we revel in it.
Oh yes, very much so. Thank you very much for all the comments we do get.
Like all the reviews, it's like a big ball pit, and you just want to jump in there like reviews,
reviews all over the place. Exactly. Alrighty. Well, until next week, then. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Have
a good week.
Yes. Have a good week. Bye.